Hey, it's Andre. This is just a quick video. I didn't do my hair or anything, but I did shave. Yay me. But I wanted to talk about something in singing and I want to talk about something that has to do with singing and specifically the comments that I see on YouTube, because I go to a lot of vocal range videos on YouTube, and it seems like there is a very blatant lack of knowledge about the term falsetto. The problem with falsetto, in my opinion, is that falsetto can refer to two different things. It can refer to the falsetto register, and it can also refer to just straight falsetto, which in a prevailing practice within vocal pedagogy, which splits men and women's voices into three different registers, or in this case, those registers are called voice. Men's voices are designated as chest voice, head voice, and falsetto voice, and women's voices are chest voice, middle voice, and head voice. So women don't actually have a falsetto in that case, and a lot of people will refer to falsetto when a woman is singing that, oh, she's singing in falsetto, when they really mean under this practice that she's singing in her head voice. Yeah, I mean, it's entirely accurate to say that a woman is using her falsetto register or singing in her falsetto register. It's not accurate to say a woman is singing in falsetto, because the way that English works, you have to add the word register to that. Unless you're talking about a man singing, and then you can say a man is singing in falsetto, because that's accurate grammatically. To say that a woman is singing in falsetto and not say register, that is not an accurate English thing to say, and because it's not accurate grammar, it doesn't mean anything. It's inaccurate. Women don't sing in falsetto. Women use falsetto register. They sing in falsetto register. They do not sing in falsetto. Also, there is falsetto technique. And again, because of the grammar thing, you have to say technique. If you don't say technique, it doesn't mean anything. If you're referring to a woman. And even if you're referring to the technique and you say, oh, a man is singing in falsetto, and you don't say technique, you're referring to falsetto voice, which is not falsetto technique. That was convoluted, but grammar is difficult. Even if you've spoken the language your entire life, people don't seem to understand how English works. And I understand there are different dialects, but when it comes to scientific terminology, there is specific grammar that you use that doesn't change by dialect. Just like, for example, math does not change because of the area that you're in. Math is always the same. Whatever the registered English is, for whatever country you're in, if it's an English-speaking country, or Spanish, whatever the Spanish that is the main dialect for Spanish, that is what you go by. So because it's scientific language, or English scientific language, there is specific grammar for that regardless of where you are or what dialect you speak of English. Anyway, difference between falsetto voice and falsetto technique. Since I'm a man, I can sing in falsetto voice, which is, it's equatable to the way women use their head voice, or It's in falsetto register, which men and women can use, which is the same as head voice or falsetto voice for men. In my case, I tighten my throat and project a steady stream of air, which is a lot less than what I use normally for singing. Or for my chest voice, which would be because my throat is open more, I let more air escape. If I were to use the vocal fry register, a lot of air escapes. So it's just like a breathy exhale that you can get like sound that carries. You can project sound. In my case, I can project sound in my vocal fry register, but it's just a lot of air escaping. Yeah, so for my falsetto voice, close my throat like this, and a steady stream of air goes through my throat, and that's how I get the sound. Falsetto technique, in my case, I close my throat as well, but I don't rely exclusively on closing my throat to get the sound. I rely more on the airflow that goes through, and a lot more goes through than it does when I just use falsetto voice. So falsetto technique in my case would be a lot of the times if you see somebody using falsetto technique, they purse their lips. Because it's a resonance thing, how the sound goes through your jaw, through your mouth, through your head, to get that sound, and it's often more breathy than just straight falsetto voice. So again, this is falsetto voice, and then I'm going to do falsetto technique right after so you can hear the difference. Falsetto voice, falsetto technique. Okay, so yeah, they're two different things. I would appreciate it, and I'm sure other people who speak English or understand vocal registers versus vocal voices, or human voices, would appreciate if you would use the correct terminology in the grammatically correct way. Yeah, I know that I'm being mean a little bit, and by mean I mean, you know, but it's irritating. It is, especially when people, come back when you try and offer them constructive criticism, or even blatant correction. I try to never be rude when offering correction because I just don't like to hear people sound like they're ignorant. But yeah, please use the correct grammar. And if you're gonna talk about a woman using falsetto register or falsetto technique, add the words register and technique. Don't just refer to it as a woman singing in falsetto because, again, that's not correct English speaking. Yeah. Okay, well, I hope everybody's informed and enjoyed my rant. And if you didn't, I don't care. Seriously, I don't care. You're gonna sound ignorant if you don't do that. So, whatever. That's on you. That's on you if you sound ignorant. If you don't and you want to continue to use that, I hope you get famous for your new practice and everybody adopts it and then you become the standard, because unless that's the case, you're just going to continue to sound ignorant. So yeah, have a nice day. And don't be ignorant. Okay, bye.